So we've had a look at some of the tools, and now we need to have a look at some of the other parameters within Logic. We can do this. We've looked at step writing, which is the manual inputting notes using the tools. So kind of like doing everything manually. So that's known as step writing. And what we're going to do now is I can either add a new software instrument here. I'm just going to cancel that though, because if you click on a track, in this case we're clicking on a software instrument. If I double click underneath, it will make a blank software instrument track. So that's what we're going to do next. So I've created a second instrument, and I'm going to select a bass for this. So I'm going to go something like let's try subby bass. So I'm going to make my song a little bit longer. I'm going to press down Alt, and I'm going to drag this across, and it should snap to where where you want it to be. It's kind of called the Smart tool. So if you look, it will move in smaller increments. So just practice that and try and get used to that, moving that across. Let's move those again, and like we've experimented before, press down T, and if we don't want any of that stuff, we can click on it with the rubber and then go back to the pointer tool. I'm actually going to press T, get the pencil tool, and actually with subby bass I'm going to play this in. So I'm going to press record, or R actually, on the keyboard. Okay, so let's have a look at those notes. So if we look on the actual the piano roll, if you look now, we've got multiple parts. If we click, then because we've got this little yellow link here, it will link to what's in the window. So if I switch that off, it would no longer go to the corresponding region. But if I press in that little link, we'll move with it. So let's have a look at the bass. If you look, these are just slightly off the note because I've played it in. That one starts just before the region begins, and these ones are a little bit late. Now what I can do is I can come over here and click on this where it says quantize, and I can go down to 16, and that seems to be the default place to start, is 16 notes. So let's just click on, see what happens. So that tightens all those up, so now they're in line with the actual grid here. So that's quantize. Or I can also, I'll just press undo, I can click on there and I can press Q, and that will also default to 16 notes as well. So now it's put this quantize on. Okay, if you notice that the song position locator went off then, and we couldn't see what it was doing. If you click on this little icon here, then it will follow. So now this piano roll will change. There we go. I'll show you the end, and then it will go flip back. But if I take that off again, it disappears and doesn't scroll along with it. So that's our little bass line. Let's put in another instrument here, double click that, and I mean, this is not the best song in the world, is it? But it's a demonstration of just getting getting started with Logic. So we'll take a piano, another piano, just this one at the top will do. So I'm just going to play 3 chords. Actually no, I'm not. I'm going to program these in because I want you to do this as well. So I'm going to put in a C. I'm going to click and hold that and move that up to there, and then D sharp 2, and then G2 like that. And I'm going to lasso those, click my velocity tool, bring bring the velocity right up. Now I've got 3 notes like that. I can lasso those, press down Alt, and copy that chord across. And I'm going to move this up. I'm clicking on the bottom note there now, moving that up. So it goes to G2. Sorry, I'm not going to bring it down to F2. Try that. And just there, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to press down the T, and then I'm going to take the scissor tools. I'm going to split those just there. So I selected all the notes and then press and held down, and that has now divided those notes. I'm going to press down T again, get the pointer tool, move those notes up like that. Sorry, I moved that to G2. Great, so I can move that over as well. If I highlight all these notes, all these parts, it will show you all the notes in this region. Just be careful with that, because you can start to alter things thinking that you're altering one region when you're actually altering another one. So just be careful with that. What I'm going to do is show you the reason for putting these little notes in the other tutorial. I did this on purpose because what you can do is the way that's playing is quite straight because of the way it's just been penciled in and drawn in. But we can use what they call groove quantizes to add a bit of human feel to it. So here we're going to put on a groove A, and you'll notice that these little, if I click on this space and I go to Command on the keyboard and A, select all, or I go to Edit, select all, which is somewhere, select all, okay, and it tells you there Command and A. Command and A, I can stick on this swing control. Let's push it a little bit further so you can start to see that it's pushing these notes on the 4th little division of each beat. It's pushing them off the beat, so it's going to give it swing. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's put it on C so we can really hear it. Now if we notice on our bass line, we've also got some notes that are on the 4. So let's put a swing on those as well and see that gets pushed off now. But we don't need to do it on the piano for the time being because this is all straight on the beat. So even if we put on the swing, and we can try this, it wouldn't affect it because it only affects things that are on those later off beats. See, nothing. Okay, but no harm done. We can keep it there if we want to, or we can change it back to just to 16s. So all we need to do now is I'm just going to move these. I'm going to move that out. And I'm going to get the first part of my arrangement. And because going right back to the beginning, because I've been working to the metronome, I built the drums around the metronome, each one of these little blocks is going to snap and match the bars and be in time.